get started. Let's get this show on the road. Let's talk about virtual wholesaling. Let's talk about you doing deals all across the entire country. And let's talk about making some money in real estate. On here, which is pretty good. San Antonio, Texas. Yeah. So anyway, so let's get the show on the road right now. All right, so what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about virtual wholesaling. We're going to talk about doing deals all across the entire country. We're going to talk about major market domination and the 9-step virtual wholesaling, basically, blueprint that you can follow. So I've got a ton of information. I'm going to go real fast. I've got, a lot of killer content that's really going to help you. I'm going to show you some cool websites that you can find buyers really fast. You can get properties sold really fast. You can get deals under contract and stuff. Our technology is recording this, but you never know. So anyways, so we're doing the best we can. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about the 9-step virtual wholesaling blueprint. And we're going to go through every specific detail, go through a ton of content, a ton of information, and we are going to crank it out. Philly Mike is cranking in Philly. I talked to him about 4 or 5 months ago, and he was doing a big commercial building out there that he was working on. It was pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, because I am completely ADD and I cannot focus on delivering incredibly great content with a chat box going bananas. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, for the moment until the end, then I'll open it up for questions. We are going to, I'm going to disable the chat box just temporarily until I'm done. I'm going to kind of go through, ask some questions along the way, make sure everyone's okay. But what I'm going to do is I want to go through all this content. It's and be able to, I'll be able to open up and answer questions. We got a $500 giveaway. We got 5 people that's all going to win $100 cash. I'm going to send you a FedEx with a $100 bill and a T-shirt. We have some cool T-shirts that we have from the event, the Extreme Freedom event that we want to send out you guys. So, you guys ready? Ready to rock the house? Let's talk about virtual. I am going to share my screen. We are going to talk about major market domination. Major market domination. And we're going to talk about specifically how you can dominate any major market across the country. So in the next 69 minutes, you're going to discover the brand new 9-step virtual wholesaling blueprint to pull $50 grand out of any U.S. major market in 90 days or less without leaving the comfort of your home. So let's talk about the 9 steps. Okay, we're going to talk about step 1, how to select the best city. I'm going to give you the criteria that we use to select the best cities. There's actually 20 of the best cities to pull 50,000 or more out of. I'm going to talk about 9 right now. I'm actually going to give you a downloader where you can download those 9 at the end. How to locate the hottest cash buyer zip codes. So here's the deal. You're going to a market. How do you know which zip codes are producing the hottest deals, the deep discount deals? Imagine being able to look at a map and figuring out which deals are trading at 40, 50, 60 cents on the dollar. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to discover the top 3 marketing channels, even if you have a tiny budget. So we're going to talk about the 3 marketing channels that you want to deploy, that actually you want to get into or start with, but they have to be laser focused. See, if you know step 2, then step 3 is very easy to tap into. Step 4, how to find boots on the ground. Someone that you trust on the ground that you can work with, that you don't have to pay a salary to, you don't have to get them on payroll or anything like that, but someone that you can work as a team, someone you can trust to help do deals with. Now, how to make an offer, how to make offers and lock up contracts over this phone. We're going to talk about scripts, all sorts of stuff. So the cool thing is is that the bottom line is that making offers over the phone, leading sellers directly exactly to where you want them to get the best price is absolutely critical. How to find the best title companies to close your deals. We're going to talk about how to get a flood of buyers to your properties ASAP, right? I'm going to talk about the 30-minute open house. A lot of people aren't doing this 30-minute open house, but we are taking properties and bidding them up $10, $20, $30,000 above our asking price because of this strategy. Showing the property and getting the contract signed by the buyer, right? How do you do that virtually? How do you do that if you're in Jersey and you're doing deals in Atlanta? How do you get that property signed by the buyer? Picking one of the 3 funding strategies to close your deals and get paid quickly. And we've got the $500 cash giveaway. So I am going to select 5 people the webinar. Okay, they have to guess the word or the phrase. So I'm going to flash up a letter, right? And then I'm going to flash up different letters throughout the webinar, and it's going to be either a word or a phrase. So you got to write it down, and then whoever guessed correctly will be one of the $500, and I'm gonna random now. If you get 100 people that basically get it correct, then I'm obviously gonna randomly pick one of the peoples. I mean, or actually 5 of the people out of there. Now, here's the thing: you only can post the answer once. You can't post it. You can't. I've had people on there post 1,000 times. It's this, and they do it over and over and over and over and over again. You will be disqualified if you post more than once. If you post your answer more than once, you will be disqualified. Okay. You must be the most observant to win. Okay. You must be the most observant. You can be the smartest person win because you have to look at all the different words, putting together and compile up a word or a phrase and tell me at the end what it is. And I'm going to open it up. 5 people, the five people that we pick that get it correct will be picked, and I'll send you a $100 dollar bill with a t-shirt in FedEx overnight, and you'll get it by next week. Okay, so that is the $500 giveaway. Now the first is I. This is the first one, so if you want to write that down, write I, because I'm going to give it just like this. It's gonna end up being a word or a phrase, and if you get it correctly and you post it one time and I pick you, then you will win $100. All right, here is the reason why I do this business. This is my wife. I've been married to her for over 20 years now, and I love her more today than I did when I actually first met her. She is my teammate. She's my right-hand side, and I would definitely not be the person without her. I got my daughter here to the with a red scarf. She's 18 years old. She wants to be a nurse. She's a tennis rock star. She's #1 on tennis. It was last year, this year. And Tennessee season's starting actually next week, and she's excited. My youngest daughter, she's 13, all the way over there in the jean jacket. She is an amazing singer. She sang at the Diamondbacks Yankees game, the national anthem, in front of 55,000 people, and crushed it. A couple weeks ago, she sang for the Suns game, and there's about 30,000 people there, and crushed it. She has no fear. She's amazing. But her dream is to be a singer. So we just found out actually this morning that The Voice will take auditions for kids that are 13 years old. So she will qualify. She's going to be auditioning for The Voice in January, which is exciting. So this is the biggest reason why I do this business, is because of these guys right here. And the more, I love spending time with it. It's a blast to do. So N. So we have I and N. Actually at my office right here. I'm sitting at this desk. I have an 80-inch plasma on the wall. This is my team of people. We gather around Monday morning meetings, and we run the #1 wholesaling operation here in Phoenix, Arizona. We do a ton of transactions out of here, tens of millions of dollars of real estate every single year out of this location. and we have a blast doing it. So it's a lot of fun. But that's the office. Here's some other companies. Flip2Freedom Podcast, started that back in 2010, April of 2010. Just started speaking right now. This podcast has over 7 million listeners. Started the Flip2Freedom Academy, launched that. This has over I think we have over 7,000 members there. 1-800-FAIR-OFFER. 1-800-FAIR-OFFER is a brand, a national brand for buying and selling houses. It's a great brand. It's where we do all of our marketing from a seller's perspective out of. Phoenix Wholesale Homes, right here, Phoenix Wholesale Homes is where we do all of our buyer marketing. Velocity Capital is a private equity fund, an SEC regulated private equity fund where we do transactional funding for real estate wholesalers across the country. So those are a couple of things got my hands in. I do large projects, small projects, flip houses, flip apartments. We just flipped a 100-unit apartment complex. We've got about 400 units, another 118 units, another 162 units we're working on right now. Some bigger projects for long-term cash flow and doing syndications. Lots of fun, and I love doing this stuff. Now, like our large apartment complex in Vegas, I got some deals in Houston working on. So there's okay, so here's an example wholesale transaction. Okay, there is some brand new people on the phone and don't really understand the concept of wholesaling. I didn't either. I thought you had to have cash or credit to get started in real estate. I thought you had to have a great credit score. I thought you had to have a pile of money in the bank. And I thought the only two ways you could make money in real estate is you buy a property, just like this one, you fix it up, and you turn around and you list it and sell it on the market. Just like you see on TV. You got the flip or flop shows, you got the Property Brothers, you got all these guys on TV that are sitting there, they're buying homes. Well, guess what? They have to have cash to be able to do that. They have to call up and say, make their offer, get a property under contract and sell it. Well, for me, it was difficult because guess what? I was broke. I didn't have any cash or credit. My credit sucked because I was in the Marine Corps. I traveled, I did all this stuff, and everything wasn't good, so I had bad credit. I didn't have any cash. So when I looked at real estate, I didn't think I could make any money. The only other way I thought you could make money in real estate is if you're a real estate agent, you help people find properties and you can make a commission, or you can turn around and buy a property, hold it for rental, so you make a couple $100 a month, and then wait for long-term appreciation. Again, you have to have credit. They have to run your credit. They have to get it, qualify for it, and you have to turn around and be able to afford the payments, manage it. What if the tenant moves out? Then you're gonna have to make the payments yourself. There's a lot of different variables. So for me, there were barriers of entry to get involved in real estate. So what happened was my wife told me one day, she goes, hey, you should look into being a real estate agent. You should try to do that and you can list properties. So I bought this book called, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. It said, you got to get listings. You got to get listings. And then, you got to take a test and become a real estate agent. I read that and I realized that is not what I want to do. I did not want to be working on weekends and Friday and Saturday and all this stuff and showing properties and doing all that. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the investor side, but I couldn't because I had lack of capital and I had no credit. So as I was working on a weekend because I needed cash because I was living month to month at the time. And I was in the business of selling pools, right? I did pool and landscape. So I was going to a house, driving down the freeway, going to a house, and I was going to meet a person who wanted a pool. So I'd go measure their backyard, and I'd draw out their pool, and I would talk about landscaping, giving some prices, give a bid, and all that type of stuff. And that sucked, right? That really sucked. So anyways, I'm sitting there, and I'm driving down the freeway going to a pool appointment, and it was in Australia. I was flipping through the radio stations, and this guy came on 1510 KFNM, Financial News Radio. He came on the radio, and he started talking about how you could flip houses using no cash, no credit. Now, and he said you don't have to have any cash, you don't have to have a savings. You can get a property tied up, and you can do it with $10. Okay, and I'm like, what? And then he said you can turn around and you can flip the house and you can make money. And guess what? Here's some success stories of people making big checks. And there was guys, he had on there that made $10,000 checks in 30 days or less, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 and I was like, what? I was like, there's no way. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you thought you knew something and then you get a new piece of information, and because it does not what you thought, you shut it down? So what I did is I shut it down. I was like, this is bogus. It must be a scam. There's no way you can sell a house you don't own. That's impossible. And my skeptic came out. I'm originally from New England, and my skeptic side came out of it. My devil's advocate side came out of it. There's no way that can be done. And I actually turned the channel and I said, this guy is crazy. There is no way this can be done. So I flipped the channel back to looking for sports stations or some music or something else to listen to, right? Driving down the freeway, and I almost got run off the road because there was this big thing in the road. It was like a rabbit or some sort of something in the road, and I remember swerving, and my heart pounded out of my chest, and I took it as a sign from God that I better turn the channel back and continue listening to what this guy was talking about. So I turned the channel and I continued to listen, and he explained the concept of wholesaling. And see, I did not understand the concept, and to this day, I've met this very successful person said, your mind's like a parachute. If it's not open, it doesn't work. Well, my mind was so closed that it wasn't working. So he explained this concept where you can get a property under contract with no earnest money or $10 earnest money. Now, it's not going to be everybody. 95% of the people are going to sell their property retail through a realtor. But there are 5% that are in distress, financial distress, circumstantial distress, and the property is distressed, which is called physical distress. So there is distress there, and they want to get rid of their house, and they want to get rid of it fast. They don't want to have to fix it up. They don't want to have to list and wait for 100 days on market. They don't want to have to do that. So what happens is, in this particular case, this property, we got under contract. It was distressed. The seller wanted to downsize. They wanted to move. They were like, done, I'm out of here. We had to get out of here, and they couldn't afford 2 mortgages. So we contracted the price for $140,000. Now, they didn't run our credit. They didn't have to put down a big down payment of 20%. We didn't have to put, basically $10 earnest money. So now we had an asset. We had this property tied up for $140,000. Now, here's the key point. A seller can't sell the property to 2 or more. They can't sell it to more than one person. They're the only one that had controlling interest in the property to be able to sell it. It's like being able to buy a stock. Imagine if you could buy Apple for $50, right? And you could buy 100,000 shares for $50. You could sell it tomorrow and make a fortune, right? Same thing. Here's the deal though. You can't do that in the stock market. It's called insider trading. In real estate, you can. You can get a house that's worth $200,000 or $300,000, and you can pick it up for $140,000. You can sign a contract because a seller's distressed and they want to get out. So we signed a contract for $140,000. We turned around and found a buyer, a cash buyer, not a retail buyer, a buyer that was a cash buyer that wanted to fix and flip the property. To a buyer that wants to buy and hold the property, right? So we sold it to a buyer. They came in. They had to worry about the financing. They had to worry about the qualification. They had to worry about the fix up and the repairs. They had to worry about raising the capital. They had to worry about having the cash and credit. That was on them to worry about that. I had the property. They wanted the property. They had to figure all that out. And guess what? They signed a contract for $157,000. And because the difference, $1,000 profit. So I tied it up for $140,000, turned around and found that buyer that had to deal with all that stuff. And guess what? I got the difference of $17,000. Now, imagine doing this once a month. That's not bad, huh? I can't remember her name, but she said, yep, got her first deal in 30 days, less than 30 days, making $20,000. What if you did one a month? Right? What if you did one a year? That's an extra $17,000. If you just did it part-time around your job, one a year. What's it going to take to get an extra $17,000 raise on your current job? Right? And this, I'm just talking one a year, part-time. Now, for you ambitious, motivated hustlers that like to grind and want to crank it out and turn this full-time, and guys like me, that look at this and go, what if I do 10 a month? What if I can really get good at this and I can do 10 a month? 10 a month, you're talking 170 grand a month. Guys, I do way more than 10 a month, and our averages are roughly around $17,000 per deal, way more. And the cool thing is it allows you to have a lifestyle of freedom that's amazing. So that is the concept of wholesaling. And I want your brain to go, I get it. Have an epiphany like I did. When I was in the car, I was like, oh my God, I had no idea. I had no idea you could do this. I was so excited. Virtual wholesaling. See, regular wholesaling, right, is doing deals in your backyard. Deals in your backyard. What the great thing is virtual wholesaling. What we're going to talk about tonight is doing deals all across the entire country, doing deals in every major market across the country. It doesn't matter where you live. And what this does is it opens up the boundaries for you all over the place, right? You can do deals in any major market in the US country. After we're done here and after we go through this, you will have the tools and understand what it takes to do deals all across the country. But what happens is people, just like I did with real estate, just like I thought you had to have cash or credit, even for me when I first got started, and even looking at it even recently, I was like, well, there are obstacles, right? Barriers of entry again. And I was like, well, what if I don't know what I'm doing? What if I'm afraid to go into different markets because I don't know that market. I don't want to spend money on marketing in a market I don't know. What if I'm going to spend money on marketing? I'm just going to blow the money on the marketing because I don't know the good areas or the bad areas or what's selling high, what's selling low. I don't know that. I don't have a buyer's list there. I don't know anybody there. So I had a fear of not knowing what to do right specifically and how to do it. I was afraid if I had someone on the ground, they're going to steal my business, right? I was like, I'm going to get a property and I'm going to send someone over there. They're going to talk to my seller and they're going to steal my deal. And I'm talking to them and I talk to the seller, but now I get someone, they're going to steal my deal. I was afraid of that. Calculate repairs and photos. I'm here in Phoenix, and if I'm going to do deals in Vegas or Austin or Dallas or whatever, well, guess what? How am I going to figure out what repairs are on the property, right? I didn't know what type of repairs. Finding the best market. Okay, so there's how many counties across the country, how many major markets and cities across, how do I know which one's the best one, which one's top 10 or the best that I can focus on? And there's people that have tiny budgets. I didn't know, how do I get the deal closed, right? If a person says, I can commit a couple $100 a month to this, right? I got a tiny budget. How can I make money doing this? How can I get these deals done? How can I get get funding and get them closed when I don't have any capital to make it happen? So these are all the obstacles that came up, right, for me. And guess what? Talking to other people about this, these are the major obstacles that people had that stopped them. We are going to abolish all these obstacles. We are going to eliminate all these obstacles. We're going to give you a straight line path with all these obstacles are gone to make it easy for you to go out and crank it out. Okay, so I'm excited to do this. C is the next one. All right, let's talk about step number one. So you guys might want to break out your pen, because we're going to get deep into some stuff here. We're going to get to a lot of content, a lot of information. I got a ton to cover, and we're going to turn it up from, we've been in second gear now. We're going to turn it up to about fourth gear and start cranking. All right, step number one, how to select the best city. What we use is a rent to value ratio. So the cool thing is you don't have to do this because I'm going to do it for you. This rent, basically, it's the ratio. This ratio takes the annual amount of rent received divided by the price paid for the property. Okay, so that's what it does. This is an example of a property purchased for $100,000, and the monthly rent is $500 to $6,000. It's 6%. So that's a rent to value ratio. Appreciation. Why is rent to value ratio? Because it's opening up the market for buyers that are looking for cash flow properties, right? It's affordability and also for an investment standard for buyers looking for properties, because we basically have two different buyers. We have fix and flip buyers and we have buy and hold buyers. So this really, it's like in Southern California, the rent to value ratio is it's not that good, right? So we want to have a really high rent to value ratio where we can get good rents. So appreciation, we want to be in a market where the value is increasing over time. Cash buyer activity. What is the percentage in that market of cash buyer transactions in any given city? When these three all align, boom, it gives us a green light that this is a super hot market. Now, we've pretty much broken down 20 of the absolute hottest markets to virtually wholesale in. So you don't have to worry about picking, but I'm going to give you 9 right now. So Dallas-Fort Worth, look at this. Rent to value ratio, 10.85%, right? Appreciation, look at that, 8.69% appreciation rate, right? That's pretty huge. So that means it's going up. A $100,000 house is going up $8,690 a year, right? 2 years, it's going up now $16,000, $17,000. Cash buyer activity, close to half of the activity in Dallas-Fort Worth is cash. Denver, 5.51, not that good on the rent to value ratio, but look at the appreciation, 13%. For every $100,000 is going up $13,000 a year. That's huge, right? 39% is cash buyer activity. Miami, Florida, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Tampa, Austin, Orlando, Nashville, boom, top 9 cities. I'm actually going to give you a link at the end where you can download this, okay? T is the next one. All right, step number 2. Right? How to find. So now you pick a city. Now you say, hey, I want to be in Denver. I want to be in Houston. I want to be in Dallas, right? Now you say, I want to be in Dallas because I believe that's the market I want to be in. And you pick one of the out of the top 20 and you say, how do I find the hottest zip codes? Okay? Because you want to be laser targeted. You don't want to send 2 million mailers. First off, can't afford it. Second off, it doesn't make economic sense to do that. So you want to narrow down where the activity is happening. Cash transactions trading at what percentage? So the cool thing is you can go into listsource.com, and listsource is a list company. You actually can pull marketing lists out of there, and you can pull all the transactions that has happened in the particular market, Dallas, and you can pull that data and you can check on that data over the last 6 months, all the cash transactions that happened, and then you can go into that, right? Take the top 10 zip codes of cash transaction. You actually can get that list. It's going to be very small. Right? You can get that and you can analyze that data and you can pull that data and actually figure out the perfect property avatar. Now we go deep, right? I go deep, right, in this on how to find the perfect property avatar. But you have the data. Once you pull this data, you're going to know where are the deals, right, that are and they have the assessed value versus the purchase price. So you can see the percentage of what these properties are trading for. Imagine being able to look at all the cash transactions and go, holy cow, these top 10 zip codes are properties are trading at 40, 50 cents on the dollar, and the average property is $19.85. The average property is 1,200 square feet. The average property is 3-bed, 2-bath. Holy cow. Now you know specifically what to target and where in a market. So ListSource, when you pull that list, will give you that exact data, and you can easily just go through and create a pivot table and figure out where the top markets are trending and what the top deals are happening. You actually can go in and guess what? It's going to tell you all the buyers. They're going to tell you how many properties they own. You can see that person's maybe owned 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different properties in an area, and you can actually figure out in there exactly from the properties that they purchased what type of properties they're purchasing. So if you have a guy that's bought 5 properties and they're 1972 and below in specific areas, guess what? You can take that guy, you can Google him, you can Google, put him on, look him on Facebook, find that guy. I guarantee he's out there. Call him up and offer him the property, and there you have your buyers right there, which is killer. Now that's a kind of reverse engineer way, but ListSource is phenomenal and gives you a ton of great data. Okay, now that we know, right here, we know our buyers. Right? We know exactly where the buyers are, and we know the property avatar. We know specifically what's selling. We know specifically what these buyers are buying and what percentage they're trading at, right? We know that through this data. Now we want to take that, we understand it, and now we want to go into, and basically the bottom line is start with strategic direct mail. Okay, laser targeted marketing with highly responsive mail piece. Now I give you mail pieces in our mail house that we have, but the bottom line is that using strategic direct mail. Now I just did a training on direct mail, went into deep on exactly what we do with direct mail. The bottom line is that you want to target distress in the area first. Okay, if you're brand new and you're getting started, there are 5 distressed lists that you want to target. So with this strategic direct mail, we are going to target the perfect property avatar, but we're going to target distressed properties. Now, one of the best distressed lists you can get from ListSource as well is a pre-foreclosure list. The property is about to go to foreclosure. And you can do that, and you can go in there and pull just the zip codes of properties that are going to foreclosure, of properties that are trading at 50 cents on the dollar for the previous data you just found. So you pull ListSource, you know exactly what properties are trading and what percentage they're trading at, and you're knowing exactly what zip codes they're in. Now you can go back into ListSource and pull a list of pre-foreclosures, properties that people are about to lose their house because they have not paid their mortgage. Now, do you think there's distress there? They haven't paid their mortgage. The mortgage is going to lose their house. And if they lose their house, you can help them out of that situation, help them get some equity so they can move. Right? Now you target the best zip codes that people are in pre-foreclosure. That is a super hot list, right? And direct mail, being laser focused. So one of them is pre-foreclosure. One of them is tax default. Another one is vacant properties. Another one is inherited property. Another one is probate property. So when you're brand new and you're just getting started, it's imperative that if you make under $100,000, right, under 100,000, you only focus on distressed properties. That's all you focus on, because the probability of getting a good deal from a distressed seller is a lot higher than if you're targeting non-distress, like owner occupants or absentee owners. People go, well, should I start out with absentee owners? Well, absentee owners are investors who own properties that live out of state. Guess what? You're hoping for distress. You're fishing to see maybe if there is distress. When you're doing direct mail, you want to be very strategic. And when you're brand new, you only focus on distress. Now, pay-per-click advertising, I basically have a Google AdWords campaign that I actually give you. And I spent over $1 million on a Google AdWords campaign. And I know specifically which keywords convert the best, which keywords get the best results. And I have an entire campaign I spent $1 million on, and I basically give you that campaign. It's an incredible campaign. So top free ways to find distressed sellers. There are specific ways to be able to do that. Obviously, if you go to like the for sale by owner sites, you go to set up a IFTT trigger. If this, then that trigger with Craigslist. There are people in super hot markets getting deals off Craigslist for free every single month, which is great. And they have it set up with IFTT, which is a killer program to be able to send you distressed deals from Craigslist right to your inbox. So number one, I would start with direct mail when you enter into the market. Be very strategic, very focused, only on distress, and then you move into PPC advertising and you move into the freeways. Or if you only can afford the freeways, you can start there too. Go. Again. All right. How to find someone you trust, right? Well, HUD Home Store is great. HUD Home Store would be the first place I will go. And HUD Home Store lists all the agents. So you can actually go to, I'll go here. If you go to HUD. If you go to HUD Home Store, let me go to HUD. Did I lose you guys? If you go Oh, sorry. I lost you guys. I was looking at the wrong screen. All right. So I want to go share HUD Home Store. Okay. So if you go to HUD Home Store here, find a broker, and I go select city, Arizona, city, VHL. Too fast. Search. Look at right here, Realty One Group. And what you want to do is find a brand new realtor. So these guys, not only do they deal with HUD Homes, but you want to find a brand new realtor that works in the Realty One Group, who this is the broker's name right here. And you can call them up and you can have a realtor as a part of your team. And they would love to say, listen, I'm a marketer. I get properties under contract and I'm looking for buyers. All the properties that I like to refer to you so you could list them. Now you're giving something to them. And when I do get properties under contract, I would like you to help me sell them to buyers that I'm working with. And if you have any buyers, that'd be great too. So not only, and I negotiate commissions with them where I'll pay them $1,000 out of the deal, right? Which is very, very cheap. If you do deals with other wholesalers, you could potentially a 50-50 split. So this is where I build a relationship with a good realtor that can help me go take pictures of the property, meet with the sellers. And because they have a code of ethics, you can trust them. See, they have a code of ethics. They break that code of ethics and try to circumvent you, then you can file a complaint against them and they can lose their license. So I love going to HUD Home Store, calling up the broker and asking them for their newest agent. Oh, you can't see it? Hold on, let me see. So Google Hangout. Oh, what happened here? So screen sharing. Okay, screen sharing went whacked real quick. Let me see. See if it works now. And boom. Okay, now we're back to boom. All right, so we should be back here. You should guys be able to see that. Brian, we good? We're good. Okay, so HUD Home Store, right? HUD Home Store. Next thing is the top 10 Facebook groups. So Alex Youngblood owns a group called Wholesaling Houses Full-Time. I definitely suggest being there. Partnering with a wholesaler in your local market is good, but I suggest in that particular market is good, but I suggest that you have the property under contract first, okay? And I'm going to talk about how to get the property under contract. But the bottom line is getting the property under contract first. After you get the property under contract, then you have control of it, and then someone can't, they can't circumvent you. But you try to want to build a relationship with someone. I really like HUD Home Store first of going to. The other way is Craigslist, is finding people on Craigslist that can help you out that way. But between the HUD Home Store and the Facebook groups, finding other local people in your market, that is the best way to find someone that you trust, someone that has a good reputation, someone that has a good reputation in the group and is not a scumbag that wants to steal your properties. All right, let's talk about making offers. Right, first off, we have to determine, distress level. Determine the level of distress. Does someone need to sell or do they want to sell? Okay, do they need to sell or do they want to sell? So what we do is once we determine if they need to sell or want to sell, if they need to sell, we make an offer over the phone and we use our seller script that we use to basically get the contract over the phone. and then you negotiate with the seller, ask the specific questions, and get the property under contract. Let me see if I can find. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find this. So you guys doing good? All right. Let me see if I can find. So I got a whole list of free ways to find sellers. Okay. So I'm going to show you that real quick. You're going to love that. And then I'm going to show you this real quick. This is cool too. My screen. This is what we use for, okay. So we use this right here. It's called the virtual seller closing script, right? Name. Okay, I got a voicemail call, I got a postcard, a letter regarding house address. I'm catching a good time. Would it be a better time for us to talk for a couple minutes? Perfect. How you doing today? Listen for an opportunity to build rapport. The biggest thing you want to build rapport. Are you the owner and the decision maker of the property? Perfect. Can you please tell me about the property you're looking to sell? Let them talk. Do not interrupt and fill in the details in the Podio. Podio is our software system that I'll show you here in a second. When they're done talking, say, okay, Mr. Seller, and gather information from them. Thank them. Thank you, Mr. Seller. What's the condition of the AC? When it was last replaced? Thank you. Was the age of the roof? Great, thanks. Now, how's the plumbing, electric issues there? So let me ask you, Mr. Seller, what made you decide to sell a property? And you listen, because they are going to tell you the reason they're selling. Okay, I can appreciate that. Be empathetic, build rapport. So, Mr. Seller, if you have a mortgage, now let me explain what we do. So this is where you're explaining what we do. We pay cash for properties, right? And you save thousands of dollars. You have to pay commission. With that in mind, Mr. Seller, what's the lowest price you need to sell your property, knowing that you don't have to fix anything, you have to pay any commissions, closing costs, or fees, and you don't have to fix anything. Don't say a word. So they're going to give you a price. You're going to say, ouch. Not sure. We're not sure. We wanted to give, or they say, I don't know if I give a price. So then you can book a phone appointment with them, right? Or you can close them right over the phone. We got multiple different scripts that you can use to get them closed over the phone. I'm looking to buy one more property in the next several weeks. In this house, which are criteria, we agree on price and terms. Are you capable of making a decision to sell your property when we talk? Perfect. I look forward to speaking with you Tuesday at 10 a.m. So essentially what you're doing is, this is step one, right? And step one is the part, and then step two is right here, where you actually go through the negotiation with them and explain the different comps in the properties, and explains how to get the property locked up over the phone, right? And then be able to overcome the objections. I want to think about it, right? And get the property under contract. So so at this point, what happened is, so we'll say, how about the 12th? Okay, pick a different date. So this is where you're actually going through in your negotiating price for the property. That brings us to our offer amount of $100,000 cash with no commissions, no closing costs, no fees. So, Mr. Seller, when would you like to close? It's an alternate choice close, right? And you're having them get the contract. So this walks you through step one, right? And step two, you can set an appointment, gather information about the property, get them on the phone with the appointment time. Make sure you set an appointment time, and then you can close them over the phone and get the contract and be prepared. Okay. This is if they need to sell, right? They need to sell versus want to sell. If they want to sell, we send them this, right? And this is what we send them. This is basically a package right here of the key benefits, the pros and cons. This is huge right here, pros and cons. Client testimonials. Ask questions. You guys are good. This is basically, it tells them how we come up with our offer price, right? How we come up with our comps. and after pictures. So this gives them a perspective, right? For amount in a closing calculator. So the cool thing is about this is that if they need to sell, you can go right through the script and you can set an appointment with them and get them closed. If they want to sell, you can send them something like that, right? And that's a little, basically a package you can send them about your property. We have it editable and everything. So need to sell, make an offer over the phone. Want to sell, send them the presentation, which makes a big difference. All right. So this allows you to lock properties over the phone. Now, when you're talking to a seller, right, we drop into Podio. Podio is the ultimate CRM. I know a lot of you guys may have heard about it, maybe you have or have not, but you can access it from any computer, your iPhone, your Android, whatever the case may be. I have a beach house in Southern California. I'm at the beach and I can be on my phone and I can know exactly what's going on in my business, how many contracts we got, how many deals we got going on, my entire team, what they're doing, what they've been doing last on there. Everything right there is in Podio. That's awesome. The cool thing is it's like, I think it's like $8 for it's cheap. It's super cheap for people to be able to use this. Now, all these apps, it took me about 3 to 4 months to build out the apps for this thing. But it's an awesome product to manage your entire business. So, all right, how to determine repairs. So what do? You're in Phoenix and you have a property in Austin. How do you determine repairs? There's a couple different things, right? Number one, there is We Go Look. Right now, if you have your agent friend, now here's the deal. I gotta back up real quick. Escape. When we're back here and we're making offers, when we get the contract, it's subject to interior inspection. That means the entire contract is subject to interior inspection because you or your partners have not been able to view the property. You're only going off the seller's information that they're giving you. So what happens when we do this, when we determine repairs, We Go Look to go out and take pictures. Or what you do is you have your partner go out to the property. The contract's already signed. Now, their goal is to look at the property, take pictures, and then potentially renegotiate the price down. Now, if you have the agent can give you information, and then you could renegotiate the price down over the phone, or they could. Okay. If you're working with another wholesaler in that market that you found out wholesaling houses full-time, Facebook page, they can go potentially renegotiate. They would open up more profit for both parties. So We Go Look is a pretty killer site if we want to, we've used that several times. So We Go Look is right here. And they have the Uber for taking pictures, right? So you can be here and they can take pictures and inspection on properties over here, and they give you a full detailed report, right, of the entire whatever thing they're doing, and they're cheap to be able to do it, which is great. So that's a great way to get tons of pictures of the property very quickly and easily, and you can make a good understanding. Now, you're not going to get absolutely perfect on repairs, but if a property hasn't been touched and renovated, we give you basically the repair formula multiplier. And the repair formula multiplier is you take about $10 to about $20 to $25 a foot times the property square footage. Now, if the property hasn't been updated since 1970s, 1980s, you might have to use $20 a square foot. $20, right, times 1,000 square feet, that's a $20,000 renovation. $20 times a 2,000 square foot house, that's going to be a $40,000 renovation to get that property up to 2017 standards. So using the repair worksheet, we actually give you a repair worksheet that goes in detail specific of exactly what repairs, so you know a number down to the T, which is great. But here's the thing, is that because you're targeting properties that are trading at 50, 60 cents on the dollar, most of the properties are going to have deferred maintenance unless they're trashed for some reason. So most of the properties are going to need a ton of repair. They're going to be 1980 and below, 1990 and below, 1970 and below. And when you have a 1970 houses, that's where you make the killing in this business because it needs deferred maintenance and you can get it way below market. A seller understands they're not going to sell a 1972 house that they've owned for 30 years, and they're not going to sell it for top dollar when it doesn't have granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, 8-inch baseboard, wood floors. They're not going to sell it for that. So when you have those type of properties, those are where you get smoking deals. All the biggest checks that we ever got were deals that were older, deferred maintenance deals. Remember that. That is a critical point. Think about that when you're doing your marketing. One thing about Google AdWords, you can't control that, but why I love direct mail, you can. So step 6, how to find a closing company. Well, in every major city and every major market across the country, they have these title companies. First American, Stewart Title, American Title, and Fidelity. Use one of those that can get your deals done. They can do a title report. The other way to do it is go into wholesaling houses full time and then ask them for a investor-friendly referral for that particular market. Okay. But I know we got a ton of stuff we're covering, a lot more stuff we got. So let's get into it. Step 7, getting there. Finding cash buyers, right? Here, let me show you this real quick. So website posting, meetup.com is a great way to, you actually can send an email to everybody in a specific group to find thousands of cash buyers. Email syndication. So I'll show you a couple right now. Let me see. So this right here, this is vFlyer. If you haven't heard of it, this is a great way, a very cheap, cost-effective way to essentially blast your property out and syndicate it through tons and tons of different websites, okay? And they make beautiful flyers, right, that you can post, classified ad templates, and they basically syndicate it all over the place, right? And multiple different platforms, and this really worked great. So when you're in a city and you don't know anybody and you don't have any buyers, this is one way, because it has syndication, right? Front door, classified, Zillow. It puts your houses all over the place, right? Other top real estate and rental sites, which is cool. It syndicates it all over the place. You get a beautiful email, custom things that you do. And we have some cool templates in here that work great. So vFlyer is one that works really well. We have a couple other sites that we use to find a lot of buyers. Another thing we do is take the list, right, that you got from ListSource about the buyers from the last 6 months, and then you take a simple property flyer, and we actually show you how to do that, a little property flyer, and you mail them the property flyer with the property you have under contract, and you will sell that house. Now, we got a property, 100-unit apartment complex under contract. That's exactly how we found a buyer. We just made a simple little package. We put it in a FedEx, and we send it out to all the buyers, about 200 of them, and we got the buyer off that FedEx and sold it, made multiple 6-figure transaction on it. So you can do the same thing. And instead of sending them a FedEx, just send them a letter. They open it up and they go, wow, this property, deep discount property, boom, you have your number on it. Your phone will melt off the hook, which is killer. Email syndication, there's a couple other sites like that you can send one point and click an email out to hundreds of real estate agents in that market. And guess what real estate agents have? Real estate agents have buyers. You can blast it out to that. Guess what? Phone will ring with potential buyers for your property. So between the syndication, the email syndication, the meetup and sending, you will have no problem finding buyers as long as you have a good deal. If you have a terrible deal, obviously it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to sell. So the goal is obviously get a good deal. All right, step 8. Right? Want to arrange showing with the boots on the ground. So let's say you have your agent from HUD Home Store, one that you trust, one that you met, maybe they're up and going. You've sent them a couple listings now from some leads that people wanted retail, because some people are going to, a lot of people are going to want retail, and some people are just going to want to get out, right? with your boots on the ground. You have building a relationship with them. They're good, right? And you can set up a 30-minute open house. So between the flyer, between the calls coming in, between the mail that you drop, you can set up a time for 30 minutes to have that agent go over there and have everybody show up at the same time. And the agent right there can take the highest and best offer right there on the site. Now, we have used this method virtually. We have used this method locally, and we have sold properties some upwards to $50,000 over our asking price off this one method. Why? If you get one or more people to the site and to the house, and they want that property, you create all you need is 2. You get 3, you get 4. At one point, we've had 50, 60, 70 people at properties where the property bids up and it turns into a buying frenzy. That's how you create a frenzy from afar. And what you're doing is you're directing the time and getting people to go there at that specific time, a 30-minute open. So everyone calls in and says, listen, you know what? We have a specific time at Wednesday at 3 o'clock. We're going to have a 30-minute open house. Just make sure you have everything ready, be there, and the property's going to sell within that 30 minutes. And you'll have people show up. We give you scripts to say and what to say and everything. But the bottom line is that 30-minute open house crushes, absolutely crushes. If you're not, even if you're using it in your local market right now, if you're not using it in your local market and you're doing deals, I'm telling you, in the current market right now, bidding up your properties is huge. B. All right, getting paid. Whoa. All right, getting paid. So now you have your property under contract. You have a buyer that's purchasing the property. Now you have to make a decision. Do you want to do an assignment? Do you want to do a double escrow where you're using the buyer's funds to close a transaction? Or do you want to use transactional funding, which is they'll basically fund 100%, no credit. It's basically a bridge loan to get your deal closed. No credit, no, it's just asset-based, funded the same day, and it's subject to obviously your end buyer being ready to close. So there's 3 different options. Assignment contract is where you sell your contract for cash. A double escrow, right? Double escrow is where you're using the buyer's funds to close it. For an example, let's say you have a $200,000 property, you get under contract for $100,000 theoretically, and you sell it to a buyer for $120,000 theoretically. And now the buyer comes in, he's going to wire in all of the $120,000 to closing, of which $20,000 goes to you and $100,000 goes to the seller because that's your contract price. Now with an assignment, you sell your $100,000 contract for 20 grand. Escrow, you basically have 2 escrows, one escrow with you and your seller and another escrow with you and your buyer. Okay. And what happens is the money wires into the escrow with you and your buyer, and then they transfer the money over to the escrow with you and your seller of the $100,000, and the $20,000 goes to you. Transactional funding, the only difference is you have an escrow with you and your seller, you have an escrow with you and your buyer, but the only difference is instead of using the buyer's funds, a transactional funding like Velocity Capital will fund the bridge between to close on your $100,000 deal and immediately sell it to your buyer for the $120,000, and then you'll pay points on that transactional funding amount for using the money. So those are the 3 ways you get paid. Most title companies across the country will do assignments. Some companies do double escrows, and some will do transactional funding. It just depends on where you're at. And getting a recommended title company from Wholesaling Houses Full Time, or from that real estate agent at HUD Home Store, those are all great things to do. Now, so imagine, right? I was in Cabo San Lucas last week, right? Cabo San Lucas, and guess what? My team was doing deals here in Phoenix, doing deals across. We got a deal in New Orleans right now. It's a $20,000 deal that we're flipping, right? I was in Cabo San Lucas, and we're doing deals in New Orleans, flipping houses in New Orleans, and we're not even there. The cool thing is, my team was doing it. So not only do we teach you basically how to set up a team, right? that you're doing deals, but how to do deals virtually across the country. So imagine I have a beach house in Southern California. We go to the beach every July in Dana Point, and we hang out the beach in Dana Point, right? And guess what? Across the country, in every major market across the country, and in Phoenix, and have taught a team exactly how to do it, so it's completely automated. It's amazing. This business is the best. It's the coolest business on the planet. So R. So you can figure it out yet, guys? The other cool thing that I love about virtual wholesaling, so imagine just working from home. You don't have to have an office. You don't have to have a team of people in an office, right? You can do this completely virtually. You can do it at a Starbucks. You can do it from home. If you don't want to work from home, you can do it whatever you want. You can do it. You can travel. I know, guys, we were in our boardroom, which is our little mastermind group, and there's a guy that he travels all across the world, everywhere, and he virtual wholesales all across the entire world, right? He does deals in the US, primarily in Memphis, and he travels and he does deals in Memphis, and he's killing it. I mean, he's making over $500,000 a year. So imagine being that guy, E. Imagine doing major deals in any major market across the entire country. You pick a market and you can do deals in that country, because we just basically showed you at a list source, you can pull the buyers. Then out of that same data, you can pull specifically exactly the properties that are selling, what year the property is selling, what age of the property, what footage, how many bed and bath, what zip codes are they selling in. Now you're laser targeted, so you're not going to waste time or money trying to figure out which properties are actually selling, because you know. Then you get a property under contract using a specific script, setting up the appointment with them, figuring out exactly, getting that deal under contract, and then turn around, having your guy go out there, potentially renegotiating the price, get it under contract, and flipping it to cash buyers, a press of a button, sending out a couple flyers, sending out some letters, having the calls come in. Buyer says, yes, I'll take it, right? And then guess what? Send him a contract, he signs it, sends it back, sends it over to title company, boom, now you have deals going across, all done from the comfort of your home, all done in any major city. And what this can do for someone that's stuck, right? Maybe in your own market and you're in a highly competitive market. Maybe you're in a ridiculously competitive market, but you want to do deals in other cities across the country and you want to scale it to the next level and you're trying to figure out how. This is the way to do it. This is a way to go out and be able to scale your business very cost effectively by doing it strategically, by essentially targeting the right cities that make sense that you can do deals. Because guess what? There are cash transactions happening in these top 20 cities every single day. Hundreds, if not tens of thousands of deals are being traded at 40, 50 cents on the dollar. And if you just get a little piece of them, what could that do for your business? So here's a virtual transaction in Virginia. Look at this one. So the seller was distressed, right? Needed cash. Contract price was $175, was $305. Profit was $130. Never saw the property, never met with the seller, never went to title. Everything was done over the phone. Everything was done via FedEx with the title company. And it was closed with $130,000 profit. Now, some people, that's all you need is one deal a year and you're done, right? You're done. Do one deal a year and that's pretty good. But this is what can happen with these virtual markets, because you never know what you're going to come across. Here's Clive Jeffrey says, thank you, Sean Terry. Moved to Florida from New Zealand in November. Since then, I've implemented what you taught, and now I am proudly to say, boom, baby, $8,500 check. Clive from New Zealand, doing deals from New Zealand. Mike Webb, not a big one, but my first virtual deal. Buyer me in 3 different states, but we got this one finished line, and I'd never been in the property, boom. So he got his first check, $5,750. Not bad. Yes. Look at this one. This is a virtual deal, right? Thank you, Sean Terry, for the encouragement. All the other investors keep saying, do not stop. Right there, $12,821. And then this one right here, he used Velocity Capital for his transactional funding, which is Sean's company. And guess what? I was happy. And what a great blessed holiday we'll have. Boom, 12,800. This one right here, he just posted Friday. I'm loving real estate. Hot incoming wire. Purchased 241, sold for 420. Seller moved out of state. Negotiated the price. See, look at that. Negotiated the price. Handled the payments until sold. House needed about $931 in work, made one payment of $1,761, sold in 42 days for $153,000 wire. Jeff, dude, congratulations. That is awesome. He's in Chicago. Chicago. Look at this virtual deal. This virtual deal right here. Another one, right? I think this was in Baltimore. Outside of Baltimore, maybe Virginia. Distress, seller needed cash, contract price 100, sold 200, $100,000 profit. D. Basically, we're opening up the 9-step virtual wholesaling blueprint and every detail about it to a small group of people. We haven't done this for a year. We're opening up to a small group of people that shows this entire process down to a science and gives you every tool imaginable to get deals done. Oh, it's called Major Market Domination, how to pull 50K from any major US market. Rocking the house. You? So it's basically a 4-week masterclass, and I'm just going to actually take you in to the 4-week masterclass right here. Where is it? Right here. So if I go in right here to the this is Major Market Domination right here, 4-week masterclass. If we go in to each week right here, we have the intro, and we basically tell you how to find a super hot city. Right, here's the top Houston zip codes. So we basically show you exactly how to go in and find the hottest zip codes, how to find the perfect property avatar, how to set up your top 3 marketing campaigns, how to generate the perfect mailing list, right? How to turn around and do that, setting up your phone tracking system, how to pick the right mail piece, we actually give you all the top mail pieces, how to set up your free lead generation system. This is your entire free. We give you a list right here of all the top free lead generators. I think there's like 20 of them. Google AdWords and review, how to set up your website, and then a Q&A. So this is just week 1, and they go through, and it's killer. So if you click into them, every one of them, you can download the audio if you choose to listen audio. You can download the MP3. You can download the slides, any type of links we talk about in there, and it goes through in detail and specifically explains exactly what you need. So I back up here, and I go to week 2. Case study. We do some killer case studies of people doing deals across the country. Picking partners, how to try to find a right partner that works for you. We go in detail and actually show you specifically how to do that, how to structure the right deal with your partner. That's where you're basically structuring the deal. Do you do a 50-50 with a JV? Do you do, how do you pay a real estate agent if you're going to do it that way? What if the real estate agent finds a buyer? We go through exactly how to structure the deal. How to make the offer over the phone. This is critical, right? Exactly going through the script, making the offer correctly. How to determine the offer price, right? So you're from afar. How do you determine what to offer on the property when you don't know about that market? This one right here is gold. How to write the contract. We actually give you the contract and show you how to write it, what to say, how to do it, and more importantly, what out clauses and inspection clauses you need. How to send the seller, what to send the seller that drips credibility, right? How to follow up and get the deal signed. Setting up Podio. We give you Podio, right? Podio and all the apps and all the setup. We give that to you, part of it. It took me months and months and months to set up. This is a CRM that manages your entire business. It's amazing. So we actually give you that CRM with everything all set up. All you got to do is just start putting names in there. And then we got to go through a Q&A. Week 3. Intro, how to get floods of buyers to your property, understanding the 30-minute open house. So not only do we give you the flyers, where to get the list, where to find the buyers, we show you how to do the 30-minute open house using a special script. We actually give you a script to talk to the buyers to be able to negotiate the best price possible. How to fill out the BC, which is your buyer's contract. Right? And the right closing company will show you exactly how to find what to say, how to say it, the questions to ask that you need to ask. 3 funding strategies to get the deal closed. We go through each one in detail. What could go wrong? We tell you exactly what could go wrong in the situation so you know how to avoid it. And then Q&A. This is a well thought out master class, basically in detail. Now, intro for week 4. Case study, Rafael Vargas, right? Does $1 million business. He explains specifically how he virtual wholesales, what he does, how he does it, and it's a sick case study. Jalen White has done virtual wholesale. He went out and he's basically a 19-year-old kid that virtual wholesale in different markets across the country, but he explains exactly how he did it. So these are some great case studies. We go through some Q&A. Of some people that are crushing it in virtual wholesaling right now. So that is basically step 1 and 2. They covered all that, and we have B is the next one. B. The next one after that, case studies. So value of that is $1,597, $1,597. If you want to, you can go to Join MMD, Major Market Domination. You can go there now, and that's the next one. So before that was T, now it's so 6 massive bonuses if you decide to join Major Market Domination, which is one of my absolute best training courses. Everybody absolutely loves, and has completely changed their business. Access to Velocity Capital, 100% funding and proof of funds. That's Velocity Capital. JV your properties to my nationwide buyers list. If you want to do that, you can work with us. Let's say you try to market the property, you try to find buyers, but you can't, and you're having struggles finding it. And guess what? You can call us up, and we can work together to get your property sold quickly. F, connect with members. This is gigantic. This is the cornerstone to the programs that we have. Flip2Freedom Academy Facebook group is one of the most robust private Facebook groups with rock stars doing deals. Guys like Jason Vanderpool doing $100,000 a month. Joe Taylor went from $300,000 to $3 million a year. There are more guys in there doing some ridiculous. Tyler White's went from being a bug guy to making millions of dollars a year. Doing development projects now. I mean, just amazing stories. Brian Harris started the exact same way. Got started in real estate, didn't really know what he's doing, $100,000 a month. He's all people that went through the Flip2Freedom Academy, hang out in the Flip2Freedom Academy group, and do great things in there. 1997 value. So let's recap. You get Major Market Domination. It's a $15.97 value. Access to 100% financing, unlimited POFs, $9.97. JV to our nationwide buyers list, $4,997. Access to our private members only Facebook group, $19.97. That is a total of $9,588 value that you have right there. Go to joinmmd.com. E is the next one. Now look at Glenn, right? First virtual wholesaling check from a deal completed 3 weeks ago. I reside in Dallas, Texas, flipped a HUD home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It feels great to provide that successful flip 1,200 miles away. He made $14,546. Congratulations, dude. A. That's bonus number 7. Download my huge vault of forms and contracts. So everything you pretty much need, $497 value. So you get the residential purchase contract with selling. So you have one when you buy, one when you sell. Assignment contract, how to assign the property. This is a contract we use to assign our properties. A 15-day flex option, which we explained. Authorization release information. So now you're talking to a seller, unless they have a loan on the property, the title company is now able to pull a payoff from that loan with that authorization. Wholesale property analysis form, wrap property analysis form, buyer lead sheet, scripts, sellers, all the scripts that we use are part in there, and a weekly activity log, and a daily activity log, a monthly activity log, so you know specifically what you are, type of leads you're getting on a weekly basis. Bonus number 7, most cutting edge spreadsheets. Marketing the income analyzer, units to gain clarity on how to produce income at will. Lead to income tracker uses to determine which leads and how many basically leads you need to produce income. Lead to income projection worksheet. Wholesale offer generator. Residential fix and flip deal analyzer. Right? These are all killer spreadsheets we use in our business every single day. Jay? You get all this. Major market domination. Access to 100% financing. Sell your nationwide buyers list. Access to private members only Facebook group. You get all the contracts, all the spreadsheets at $10,582 value. Go to joinmmd.com. But here's the thing. The question becomes trying to figure it out on yourself. Right? Trying to do it yourself. And I was always the person. I'm going to watch YouTube and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to test it and try it. The problem is you're testing marketing campaigns, or maybe you don't know specifically one trick that we did to find the right avatar, the right property avatar, the right marketing. And the problem is you waste time and money. Guess what? Even doing freeways, you're wasting time because you don't have the seller scripts to try to make the offers, to know how to do it correctly and set it up where you understand how to talk to the buyers and how to negotiate and how to get the deals under contract. What questions you ask the title company. There's a lot to know. So when I figured that it's better to get a straight line path from where I am to where I want to go, the only way to do it is from people that are already doing it. That's why we have amazing case studies. It would give you an entire platform to lay it out that all people have already had massive success on. Released this last year for the first time ever, and it was a huge success. Closed it down, and this is the first time we're reopening it after that. And all the content's been updated, fresh. It's amazing. So, say to the seller and how to say it, not knowing what to offer, how to calculate repair. That's huge. Selling for the biggest mistake you can make in this business, biggest mistake, is not doing your paperwork correctly, number 1, offering too high of price, number 2, and then getting stuck and not being able to sell a property because you don't know how. Those are 3 colossal mistakes that can get you in a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing in this business. That's why we lay it out. Being unorganized and losing deals, trusting the wrong people, structuring the wrong deal with your partner, that can cost you a fortune. Valuing the property wrong, not knowing how to get paid, funding. So you get a deal, you get a buyer, and then you get a title company that won't close it for you because they won't do a double escrow or a transaction or assignment. What do? You're screwed, right? You just lost the $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 deal because you're not prepared. How much time and money we lose trying to figure it out yourself. So the bottom line is nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. When I looked at, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to piece all this junk together, or I could just have a systematic plan and I could know exactly how to do it. So total investment after this promo is complete, right? It'll go back to the retail price of $15.97. And we've had it closed down. I mean, we'll open it up at $15.97 after these seats are done and the seats are filled. But then it can go up to the open public for $15.97. But because we're doing this, we have 50 seats. Actually, 4 people actually purchased the program unbeknownst us while we were still putting together the website. Basically four people went and purchased Join MMD, Major Market Domination, as we were putting the website together. I don't know how they found it. I don't know how they found the link. I have no idea how they found it, but we only have now 46 seats left. So one-time investment, 63% off the price at one payment of $597, and that's for lifetime. There's no reoccurring billing. There's no reoccurring payments. There's no extra stuff. There's no extra this, extra that. The bottom line is one time you have access. As long as the internet's available, then you'll have access to it. So lifetime access. And lifetime access to the Flip2Freedom Academy group, which is amazing. Now, I got another killer bonus. I gave you 5 bonuses. I'm saving the best one for last, which is going to blow you away. So here's the deal. Total investment. Class starts today. N is next. So what if all this did was allowed you to do one deal, right? Or maybe 2 deals. And all you did was 2 deals a year. That could get you a vacation. That could pay for your daughter's college. That could pay for your son's practices. It could do a lot, 1 or 2 deals. Working for the comfort of your home, right? You can make offers over the phone. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to get dressed up. You don't have to shave. You don't have to brush your teeth. You don't have to even go. You can do this from your home, which is phenomenal, right? Some people are stuck where they don't want to meet people. They like want to go out and get dressed and meet people and go to their houses and make them offers, right? Like you would typically do in a local market. They want to do this over the phone. And the cool thing is you can learn this system and do deals in your own market over the phone just like this, right? Never have to go look at the house, get it tied up. You can do the exact same thing. So what if all you did is just one deal? That's it, one deal. Get your investment back times tenfold. The average deal with 10,000, not bad. So class starts today. Once 46 seats are filled, class closes. It's done. M is the next one. M. I am 100% confident that this is not the absolute best educational program on virtually flipping properties all across the year, just flipping properties in general. Try it for 60 days. If you are not 100% satisfied, no questions, no hassle refund. About you learning this information, take the risk. You can try it out. If you don't absolutely love it, absolutely think it's great, I don't want your money, right? Just ask Chelsea for a refund, send her an email, and she'll give you a prompt refund, okay? That's one thing we don't mess around with, and you love it. If you don't follow the system, if you follow the system exactly, and you don't make 3 times your money back in the first 60 days, we'll refund your money. If you feel that this is not the most incredible opportunity you've ever seen, then we will refund your money. So the bottom line is that so much, I know it's such a great, I poured my heart and soul into this. I know it will change your life. And this is how we stay connected. This is how you and I get on the phone with other members in a format like this over every 2 weeks. And I love, this is where I get to meet everybody, talk to everybody, but we get on, bring questions, we go through and answer questions, and we go specifically and answer your questions in detail. We get into detail. I've been on coaching calls for 2 and 3 hours, right? Going through detail, pulling up properties, answering questions, talking about stuff, what's happening, what's going on, talking about. I always give you something that's happening, something that we're doing, something that's great. And then we'll go into questions, talking about you and talking about your deals, talking about a lot of mental stuff to overcome what's happening. But I get on the phone with you every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. There are people that have been part of my Flip2Freedom world and have been on coaching calls for years with me, and it's changed their lives. So I know I love doing this. I don't care. I'm not cared about the time. I'm there to help serve you, to help you guys go out and become the best you can be in this business. So it's a $297 value. So class starts today. 46 leads left. Go to joinmmd.com. Next is MMM. Now here's a cool thing. If you don't know about it, you can use what's called PayPal credit. PayPal credit, right, allows you no payments and no interest if paid in full within 6 months. No payments and no interest paid in full within 6 months. We have people use PayPal credit, get started, went out and got a couple, 2, 3 deals, paid it off, and they're done. So here's everything you get. Major market domination, $15.97. Access to Velocity Capital, $9.97. Sell to our nationwide buyers list, $19.97. Access to our private members only Facebook group, $19.97. Download the huge forms, contracts and forms, spreadsheets, $4.97 each. Live bi-weekly coaching calls with me, not one of my guys. I'm on the line because I love talking to you guys. $11,597 value, right, for basically 63% off our normal price of $15.97. All you got to do is go to joinmmd.com, joinmmd.com. 63% off. 46 seats are left. They're probably going to be all gone tonight because everybody loves this program. Absolutely loves it. All right, so let's talk about the $500 cash giveaway. Now, here's the deal. You must only post once, right? You only must post once. You must be the most observant, right? So let me go through and show you real quick. Go back, y'all. Go back here. Oh, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to show you. Once you go to right here, the major market domination, right? Go to join MMD. It'll land here. Here's video on what you get, right here. Here's some killer success stories from people. First deal, man, killed it. Look at that one, $69,000. That's pretty good, huh? So $15.97. You can click here or here for PayPal credit. Click here. We have world-class customer service. Chelsea's on. She's amazing. I mean, we have her do surveys, and she gets 5-star surveys every time. Lifetime product, optimized for your mobile device, which is great, and designed for busy people. So you can listen. I mean, I listen in the car, and I learn in the car. So I would download the information if it was me, and I'd be listening in the car, and that's how I learned a ton of stuff. Here's what you get. Everything inside week 1. Here's all the modules you get in week 1. Boom. Boom, all the modules you get in week 2. Week 3, boom, everything you get in week 3. Boom, and everything you get in week 4. We have the different ones here to show how you can what mobile applications you can use it on. So you click here or click here for PayPal credit. Here's some more results from some kicking people. $35,000, $8,000, $8,000, $23,000 over here. Killer. Here's all the bonuses you get. Live coaching calls, coaching call archives, spreadsheets, boom, the whole deal. Now, once you click here, it opens up to a page like this, right? And 60-day money-back guarantee. Put your first name, last name, email address, phone number, right? Click whichever one you want, or you can put PayPal. If you want to do PayPal credit, you have to click this button right here for PayPal credit. Okay. If you want to do regular PayPal through here, then you can click through here, but this won't direct you to PayPal credit. You have to do PayPal credit by clicking the button here. So if you go here, put the credit card, CVC, select the date, select the year, and then boom, secure your seat, and then you will be in, and you'll get immediate login access right here to MMD, Major Market Domination, where you can have access to all the training and start playing with it, which is cool. So let's go back to the $500 giveaway, and let me open up chat with you guys. Okay, so the chat's open. You got to post once. If you post twice, you're toast. Ooh, you guys are pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You guys are smart. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Let me see. Okay. Cool. All right, so I am going to, let me see if I can see email. So I am going to open up my notebook here. Open up my note. I'm going to pick. You guys are typing too fast for me. Okay. How can I do this? All right. How. So let me see, edit, reply, broadcast question, invite as speaker. Okay. Only post once. There's a bunch of people posting twice. All right, so I'm gonna pick, but no one's got their first names on here. Make Marcus question. One. Okay, so I've got one. Oops. So first one is Kareem. Kareem, Kareem. You win $100 and $100, and we'll get your email. Next one. Monica, you won $100 cash. Congratulations, Monica. Monica, good job. Ooh, this is a good one too. Harmony, you won $100 cash. Dirt. Kareem, Monica, and Harmony. All right, we've got another one. Nick Jones, N-I-C Jones, Nick Jones. You are the proud winner. So don't say you haven't won anything, Nick. Because I hear you. You're going, oh, I've never won anything before. Well, now you have. So Nick Jones, congratulations, Nick Jones. Who else we got? And R-A-N-K-O, Ranko. You are the fifth winner of $100 cash. Okay, so We've got your emails. So Kareem, Monica, Harmony, Nick Jones, and Ranko got your emails. And congratulations. Your winner is $100 cash. Yes. Thankness. Nick says, thankness so much. So Nick Jones, Kareem, Kareem, Monica, and Harmony, you guys are winners. Cool. You too, Michelle. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, there's a lot of people that got it right, which is cool. Which Monica? Okay. Good question. We'll figure it out. You'll get an email from Chelsea tomorrow with your information. So you get an email from Chelsea. If you guys have any questions, I am here for you to ask. So if you have any questions. I don't know if Belinda's still on here. Thanks for the class. No problem, Grace. Oh, I want to give you guys the top 10 cities. So I'm going to give you that if you go to the bottom of this page, you go to the bottom of this page right here. That will, you can go to that at the very bottom. So let me show you where you can download that for free. If you go to the bottom, see this right here? It's supposed to be the top 9 cities. If you go here, top 9 cities, you can click download here. And if you click download, you can get a copy of those top 9 cities right there for you. Hope that helps you. So go at the bottom of that. Cool. So let me go here. So make sure you guys go here, right, to major market domination. Remember, you got 60-day money-back guarantee. JoinMMD.com. JoinMMD.com. It is an awesome, and I love getting on the phone with you guys when it comes to doing deals, talking about deals, right? Love that. So go to joinmmd.com and be one. I mean, I'm literally think right now. Cool. Yeah, I think right now we have, I mean, 46 is going to be gone tonight. I can tell you that right now. So I want to congratulate a couple people that have got started already. Go to joinmmd.com. All right, so James Miller, congratulations. You're one of the 46. Congratulations, you're one of the 46. Michael Feinstein, you're one of the 46. Congratulations. Lies and Associates, you're one of the 46. Dorothy Crawford, you're one of the 46. Jermaikas Turner, you're part of the 46. Congratulations. Michelle Montgomery, you're part of the 46. We've got also ML Investments is part of the 46. Dario Rosario is part of the 46. Daily Deals is part of the 46. Dave Luenda. Are you out of Chicago, Dave Luenda? What have you been up to, pal? I haven't talked to you in a while. Odgers is part of the 46. Richard Probesta, Probestel, P-R-O Bestel, Probestel is probably 46. Rachel Paleska, P-O-L Paleska is part of the 46. What else we got? Rafael Corte is part of the 46. Kahil Manning is part of the 46. Chantel Manzuna, just sign up. Congratulations, Chantel Manzuna is part of the 46. Stevenson is part of the 46. Author Sokaya is part of the 46. Jerry Hofork is part of the 46. Jerry, congratulations, you are in. I think we're going to be done tonight, actually. I don't think there's any more of the 46 are going to be left. So this is from Justin. When pulling a mailing list, you said to pull new list every month and then mail them every month. Now you mail the previous month's list with the new list. I feel like the price would skyrocket for the mailing of direct mail. Basically, you pull a fresh list. So, Justin, great question. So you're going to pull the thing with distressed lists are there's time and circumstance. So they're always and stuff like that. So essentially what happens is that, the pre-foreclosures is usually like a 30 to 90 day window. Congratulations to Stephen. To Hostera, whatever. Hollister, I don't know, something like that. Phil Hollister. So basically you have the list that you're going to pull. So you refresh the list. Now you're going to have another list over here. You're going to merge and you're going to dedupe it, right? So when you send it to the mail house, they're going to dedupe that list. So you're going to get the fresh names that come in. The rest of the names are going to be deduped and you're going to mail them. So you're going to continue to mail those distress because it's always time and circumstance. There's distress, okay? And that's why you're going to, so you refresh, add together, dedupe. And so some people are going to get mail every single month from there. So good question though. Just joined, Dennis. Congratulations. Sweet. Yeah, listing of the 10 cities, go to joinmmd.com, joinmmd.com. On the very bottom of joinmmd.com, there is the place where you can get that link. Oh, yeah. Steven's asking, when you join MMD, can you work with other people? Heck, yeah. We have part of the Flip2Freedom Academy group on there. They are some great people that help people out. So absolutely. And we have a great support staff, so most definitely. Congratulations to Easy Medical Weight Loss. I don't know who is actually the person behind that, but Easy Medical Weight Loss, you're in. I was at HUD Home Store. The screen didn't show up. Sorry, but if you go to HUDHomescore.com and go to find a broker, it will be right there. It's easy to find. This is from Appy. Is this a do-it-yourself? Well, essentially, you're going through the training program, right? And we have the Facebook group that is there to help answer any questions. And I get on the call with you every 2 weeks to help go through stuff. But this isn't where you have a coach that's going to be with you and hold your hand the entire way. Obviously, for $597, I know it's expensive or whatever. Maybe but for a coach to hire a coach for that, that's very difficult to do. So this is a roadmap that shows you everything you have to do. But between the coaching calls, between the Flip2Freedom Academy group, between our support staff, if you follow the system, we make it fairly simple for you to understand. So also, congratulations to Geraldo Medina, congratulations, and Dwayne Turner, congratulations. Cool. Congratulations to Michael Lischin. Michael Lischin, congratulations. Congratulations to Paul Alexander. So do you mail the same list the next month? Yeah, so Justin, you mail the list the same month, but remember, you're going to dedupe it, right? So yes, absolutely, because it's time and circumstance. And maybe you should explain time and circumstance is that, you know, if someone's in financial distress and they're in a tax default and pre-foreclosure, those are pending events that a longer time passes, the more stress happens, right? Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Where's the website you can access the top 10 cities? Go to joinmmd.com, joinmmd.com. At the very bottom, it'll say the top 10. Click on that, and you can download that. Can you put back on the screen you list? Yeah, go to joinmmd. I'll put it right here. So go boom, boom. So if you go, this is joinmmd.com is here. This is the site, right? If you go to the very bottom and you click here, right here, you can download. See this thing is download right here? You can download it right there. Boom. I joined where? Clarence Carter, congratulations. You are in. When JV partnering with deal, who puts a lockbox on the door? Typically, your JV partner will. Your JV partner will do that. Congratulations. Thanks, Ray. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so your partner's going to do that. Now, think about it. If you're at HUDHomestore.com and you're sending the guy leads from all the people that want retail and you're helping him build his business and he's helping you and you're working on deals together, that's good. So, they're used to putting lockboxes on doors. So that's a non-issue. Do you help do deals internationally? So I do not do deals outside the United States. That's outside of my realm. I don't do that, but that's not my wheelhouse. So Annette, sorry, I'm not your guy for that. I apologize. Cannot go to join MMD. Let me give you, it might be too many people hitting the site. Let me go here. Let me go boom. I just stuck it in the link there for you, Gemma. I just posted a link, so just look in the comments there. I just gave you the link. Can I join at a later date? Just depends whenever. I don't know. I haven't even counted, but we're getting close to 40 right now. So whenever 46 is gone is when this is over. Cool. Congratulations, Mike. So Lynn, the additional 10 cities, yes, at the bottom of joinmmd.com or that link I just posted. Oh, good question. Does MMD show you how to pull cash buyers from list stores? Absolutely. That specifically shows you how to do it. Congratulations to Dane Hansen. You are part of the 46. Congratulations. After 5 weeks, do you have access? Yes, you have access, lifetime access to all of it. You can go back, you can research, you get all the bonuses, all the stuff. And you have access to the Flip2Freedom Academy group. So you're part of the family, you know. So we don't go after that, boom, you're out. You're part of the family, man. We want you in there to help us out, you know, help you out and help you get successful and crank it out. That's why, I mean, if you look at my stuff, if you go to flip2freedom.com and look at the success stories, we have more success stories than any other person in the industry. What is the top way to find motivated sellers? Strategic direct mail, Ty. You have access to everything. You download everything, look at everything, manage everything, hang out on it. Yeah, you're in like fun. So. Yeah, so Lynn, we have the 20 cities, and that's all 20 is in part of the program, and I gave you the top 9, which is on that list. Right there. That should keep you busy. So, all right? You happy? Be happy. Be happy. Be happy. Love you guys. All right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. It was a blast hanging out. Can you have virtual assistant access training? Absolutely. Mike, no, if you already have access to MMD, do not purchase it again because it's good to go. You're good. You have logging access. You don't have to buy again, so don't worry about it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Love you guys. You rock. And we will see you again. Take care. God bless.